Treasury says the national debt is climbing to the sky.
And government expenditures have never been so high.
It makes a fella get a gleam of pride within his eye to see how our economy expands. The country's in the very best of hands.
Ah, yes. Life imitating art. Now, that song was from the 1956 Broadway musical Lil Abner, but my gosh, it could have been from the real-life Biden administration. You see, when Joe Biden took over 2.5 years ago, the media sang hosannas. They said no longer would that terrible man, that, yuck, populist, Donald Trump be running things and doing stuff just to make himself popular with those hicks and the sticks out there. But has it all worked out that way? Have the so-called experts delivered on their promises? Let's find out as we go busting the narrative. Now, let's think back to the heady first days of the Biden administration when the so-called adults were put back in charge. 2.5 years in, it's time to ask the question, how's that working out for you? Well, not great. See, one of the first things Joe Biden did, of course, was to cancel the Keystone Pipeline, which would have helped relieve American dependence on foreign oil and make the country an energy superpower. Sounds like a great idea, but not so much. Since then, a lot has happened, including petrol prices going through the roof, thanks in no small part to this cancellation. Have a look at this picture of the prices at a gas station in California, where it's now nearly $10 a gallon to fill up your car. And it's a problem across the country. Just check out these reports from local newscasts across the U.S.
Prices right here at this gas station jumping a whopping 40 cents overnight to $5.95 a gallon. The pain at the pump is being felt across the country. The national average right now, a record high $4.91 a gallon. 13 states now with average gas prices above $5. Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana seeing the biggest week-to-week increases, jumping 45 cents in just the last week. Now, at this rate, the average household will spend $450 more this year on gas than last year.
Gas prices they're killing us.
Americans nationwide are suffering sticker shock as they empty their pockets to fill up their tanks.
It just took me $150 to fill up my tank.
The U.S. today reaching another historic high for a gallon of gas, averaging $4.86. But that would be a bargain in California, where drivers at one gas station are asked to shell out nearly $10 a gallon, with a state average here of $6.34.
We're spending roughly maybe $500 every 2 weeks for gas.
Indeed, when it comes to bringing down petrol prices, the Biden administration is, well, literally all out of ideas. Here's the U.S. Commerce Secretary speaking on the normally friendly CNN and admitting that, well, they don't have a clue.
The president is asking for Congress and others for potential ideas. But as you say, the reality is that there isn't very much more to be done.
Gosh, if only someone could have warned them. Maybe they should have watched this channel. Anyway, never mind. It's been the same story with inflation across the board and the pumping of trillions of dollars into the U.S. economy, which has led to prices for absolutely everything, surprise, going up, with Department of Agriculture officials now warning that Americans might be soon spending $1 an egg. Well, don't worry. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is on the case.
Secretary Yellen, if you admit that you are wrong about inflation being temporary, how can you be confident that government spending is not the cause of inflation?
Heading to the car right now.
Did you ever warn the White House that increased government spending could have contributed to the inflation that we're seeing today?
We're just heading to the car. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, no, she's not. She's ducking questions and spinning. Just like the new White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre.
What we have seen is historic numbers. We are in a historic place in history, historic place right now as we look at where we are with the economy. Very, very different than where we were a year ago.
A historic place in history, you say? Well, you can say that again. But what about questions on the economy?
Can you take some on the economy? Guys, we need a longer break.
Yep. So glad the experts are in charge. Thanks for watching. I am James Morrow. To support this channel, please like, share, and subscribe below. And I'll see you next week for more Busting the Narrative.